Good morning, everyone. How are you all? Please be seated. Today is our history class. Today we will discuss about the partition of Bengal. So, let me write history class. So, history class. Today, our topic that we are going to discuss about the partition of Bengal. I think you have heard about the partition of Bengal. Earlier, you have learned and you have listened about the partition of Bengal, how it happened, how it occurred, and who led the partition of Bengal, and under whose leadership and who proposed. So we will discuss about this, and you will know the problem, the situation, the conditions, and what is the real fact, what is the main happening, the partition of Bengal, the Bengal partition. So see, the partition of Bengal was on 1905 and it was proposed by Viceroy Lord Curzon. So today we will discuss the reasons and impact of the partition of Bengal. Listen properly and carefully, pay attention to me and take serious. See, Bengal had been the largest province of India since the Mughal periods, and it was densely populated with almost 18 million people living over there. There were also difficulties in administering such a large area. So, Viceroy's Lord Curzons proposed the partitioning of the province as he was the administrative measure. Therefore, he announced the partition of Bengal on 20 July 1905. 20 July 1905 by Viceroy's Lord Curzon. See, so Lord Curzon announced on 20 July 1905 for the purpose of the partition of Bengal. See, so now let us discuss the reasons of the partitions, the main reasons which was shared with people work. Okay, there are main reasons. Which are the main reasons that partition of Bengal was into two parts? So I will write here the reasons are point number one to reduce the administrative burden on government. Point number two, to form more efficient administrations. Then point number three, to deal with famine and defense. Point number four, more attention. Hmm. These are the reasons why Bengal was divided into two parts, and there are various regions are there. So I will not mention all. So just for your understanding, these are the reasons why Bengal was divided into two parts. But there is, but on the other side, the real motive behind the partition war. Okay, so this is just officially announced, but the real motive behind the partition war was to awaken that nationalist movement which was spreading like fire in Bengal. Lord Curzon also wanted to create the difference within the Hindus and Muslims. So he decided to adopt the divide and rule policy by partitioning the province. Through his recreationary policy, he also made the Indians to realize that the opinions of their political leader had no meaning to the government. Then the new province was formed after the partitions. Western province and Eastern province. Western province was Hindu majority with Assam. Western province was as a Hindu majority with Bihar, Orissa, and it was origins in Hindu-speaking majority province, whereas the Eastern province was Muslim majority with Assam and Dhaka, and it was Bengali-speaking majority area. Hmm. So the announcement of the partition was made on 16 October 1905. 16 October 1905. So in official they announced 16 October 1905. See, the Hindus leaders in Bengal asked the Muslims to stand against the partisans by writing article and Bangla newspaper. They signed petition and sent memorandum to the government, to the British government, and public meeting, procession and demonstrations were held. They boycotted British goods, school and college to pressurize the British government. Then the struggle of the partition of Bengal came to be known as Swadeshi movement. The movement blossomed, this boycott blossomed into full-fledged Swadeshi movement. The struggle of the partition of Bengal came to be known as Swadeshi movement. Then the Indian leaders like Bipin Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, those the Indian leaders then launched a big protest as a Swadeshi movement, which means that against for the partition of Bengal. See, the father of the Swadeshi movement was Bipin Chandra Pal. Please note it down. So then, so production and so the product of British industry sold widely in India because several lot of Indian handicraft and cottage industry. Then the Swadeshi movement was launched on 7 August 1905. So production and sale of Swadeshi good was given importance. Then Muslims who were neglected earlier welcomed the partisans, and on the other hand, and afterward on 22nd of 1905, they held a meeting at Dhaka to express their approval of the partitions. So the creations of the new province provided them ruling power and incentive to unite into compact body and form and associations due to the intense protests as well as the Swadeshi boycott movement. And see, the whole of the entire places was violence it creates a problem. So that's why uh, they cannot be separated anymore. See, they stop it. See, due to the intense violence and as well as with the boycott. So the government and judge session was on 12 December 1911. See, this partition of Bengal was lasted for about 6 years, but the result of it proved account to the flash of the government. See, the capital was shifted from Calcutta to Delhi. See, they shifted because the British think that the foreigner, the British people wanted to decrease the importance of Bengal. That's why they shifted in Delhi. Then East and West Bengal was reunited in 1911. During the 1911, the East and West Bengal was reunited. Assam, Bihar, and Orissa, but separated to form new province. See, you know about the partition of this is just I just brief. There is more long details about the partition of Bengal, so I will let you know. So today, that's much today. That is all for today about the partition of Bengal. So I just would like to just few points. I would like to ask the questions that you should remember that you should keep in your mind. Who introduced the partition of Bengal, that's all, and who was the father of the Swadeshi movement, Bipin Chandra Pal, and who led the partition of Bengal, Lord Curzon, the Viceroy of Bengal. So all these types of questions, you should know in your mind, and the reasons also. These are the reasons that I have written. So I think you have understood about this explanation about the partition of Bengal. So that's all for today. Thank you.